Welcome back to Amman, Jordan, for the Day 3 Asian Championship Highlight Show. I'm your host, Eric Olenowski, joined alongside Olympic gold medalist and UWW broadcast analyst Erica Weeb. Erica, welcome to the show.
Hello, Eric. It's great to be here.
On the opening day of women's wrestling here in Amman, Kyrgyz superstar Iperimed won her third Asian title, doing so in the most dramatic fashion. Meanwhile, Japan won a pair of golds, but the rest of the field seems to be closing in on the Japanese, as China, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and Kyrgyzstan also crowned champions. But let's start here, Erica. We've officially made it to the first Continental Championship season of the 2028 LA Olympic Quad, which means shakeups are bound to happen. What does this new quad mean, and what opportunities does it present?
I think it means it's a new year, a new quad, a new crop of young talent, and new countries are sitting on top of the podium here at the Asian Championships. It's been amazing just to see the growth globally of women's wrestling, and we're seeing that here. I think the biggest standout today was the Democratic People's Republic of Korea having incredible success, winning a couple of matches, winning a couple of medals, and so that's probably the most exciting team to see that we've seen so far.
And we'll get into that shortly, but let's start tonight's show, the finals, with a bang in the rematch from the Paris 2024 Olympic quarterfinals. Iperimed from Kyrgyzstan again defeated Ritika from India in the 76-kilo finals to win her third career Asian title, doing so with 4 points in the final 10 seconds to win that match 7-6. And Erica, you're someone who has lost and won against Iperimed, sorry to say it, but what makes her so special?
Well, I did wrestle her during her first ever Senior World Championships in 2019. I did beat her, but I remember thinking, like, damn, this girl is going to be good. And, you know, I really feel like the future of Kyrgyzstan wrestling is on the shoulders of Iperi. No pressure. But she has had an incredible success. There's always been that missing thing in her resume, which is that Olympic medal. But today she showed that not only is she incredible technically, she's very hard to wrestle, but she can also find a way to win when it matters most. And I think that's an incredibly important asset, and something that despite making technical errors, despite getting taken down, she found a way to put 4 points on the board in the last 10 seconds of that match, and that's incredible growth and excitement that I see from her.
And for more for Iperimed, let's welcome her in. Here is the three-time Asian champion.
Биринчиден биз Азия чемпионатына аябай жакшы даярдандык. Өзүңүздөр билгендей эле, бул Индиянын балбан кызы менен экинчи жолу беттешип жатам. Биринчи жолу беттешкенде Олимпиада оюндарына беттешкенбиз. Азыр ушул чемпионат Азиянын финалына беттешип жатабыз. Акыркы 20 секунд калганда өзүм көрдүм. Мындай өзүм кандай айтсам өзүм айтам, Ипери сен бул жактан утулбашың керек. Анткени өзүңүздөр көргөндөй эле бул жакта федерациянын башчылары, ошондой эле биздин грек-рим күрөшүнүн балбандары Жоламан Шаршанбеков, Тынар Шаршанбеков өзүбүздүн байкелердин баардыгы чын жүрөктөн, чын ниеттен балет этип турду. Ошолор ушунчалык мен үчүн жан тартып, мен үчүн жан күйүү балет этип атканда, мен утулгум келген жок. Ошол үчүн аягына чейин күч аракетимди жумшадым. Олимпиададан кийин ошол бер жагы жарым жылдан көрөк убакыт өттү. Олимпиададан кийин чын айтсам мен үчүн аябай оор болду деп айтсам болот. 2 жолу Олимпиада оюндарына 5-чи болуп калдым. Ошол эле менин жакын адамдарым, менин жанымда жүргөн жакын адамдарым, эжелерим, ата-энем, бир туугандарым, ошол эле биздин башкы машыктыруучулар мага аябай дем күч кубат берди деп айтсам болот. Кайрадан ошол 2028 Олимпиада оюндарына жаңы күч менен, жаңы дем менен, жаңы үмүт менен даярдык көрүп баштадык. Олимпиада оюндарынан кийин биз машыктыруучуларыбыз менен отуруп, жалпы ошол биздин күрөштүн үстүнөн, менин күрөшүм үстүнөн анализ кылдык деп айтсам болот. Азыркы учурда ошол мурда будан караганда азыраак атака кылсам, азыраак аракет кылсам, будан кийин көбүрөөк аракет кылганга басым жасап баштадык.
And before we get into the remaining finals, were you surprised by the number of Japanese athletes, or lack thereof, in tonight's gold medal matches?
It is surprising, but like we already mentioned, it's a new year of the quad. It's a new game. We see a lot of new faces. And so there wasn't as many women winning gold medals today from Japan, but I think that's okay. I mean, also it shows the talent depth at the Asian Championships. We also had at 68 kilos, Ami Ishii, injury out after sustaining an injury in the warm-up, so there was a lost opportunity right there. And you know, it's a new year, it's a new quad. I think there's time for the Japanese wrestling to come back from this experience and bring some new talent, some new tactics into future competitions.
Yeah, and I will say further on the Ishii. They did say that it was her knee and she will be back soon, so just precautionary measures for that. But another match that was decided in the final seconds came at 59 kilos, where Japan's Sakurai Oniishi picked up a step out and a fleeing of the hold called with 1 second left to beat Pyo Hong from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea 5-4. And Erica, I can go 1,000 different ways here. First, do you agree with the fleeing of the hold called? And what adjustments did Oniishi make late in that match to pick up not only the one, but also the fleeing of the hold?
Yeah, and I think Hong had really a response to every single one of Oniishi's attacks throughout the entire match up until that last 20 seconds or so. And that's where Oniishi made this really critical tactical adjustment where instead of, staying from open, trying to attack those on the angles, she just came in hard upper body, driving forward, taking, 5 steps forward as she progressed. And that was the difference maker. Hong could not respond. She stepped out of bounds and she didn't make an attempt to circle. And I think that's the difference. That's why I think that Oniishi was not only awarded with a 1-point step out, but that 1-point fleeing the mat. She made this tactical adjustment. She took really from the center of the mat to the out of bounds, taking that point, and I agree with that 1-point caution on fleeing the mat.
And one thing you said to me after that stuck out, you're a human quote machine, and I loved it. You said luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and she gave herself the opportunity to get lucky with that call. So great job for Oniishi. And we'll move to the 50-kilo finals, where world champion Rumina Yoshimoto from Japan shut out Yu Zhong of China 8-0 with typical Japanese efficiency. Erica, can you speak about that efficiency from Yoshimoto in the finals?
Yeah, and that's where we see that really typical classic Japanese style of wrestling, being efficient, not only offensively scoring 4 for 4 there, but defending so well every single one of Chinese attacks there. And so, that's the type of wrestling that we see, creating many opportunities offensively and just absolutely denying every single opponent defensively. And that's a great match to watch.
Yeah, quick numbers, 100% on the attack rate, 100% on the defensive rate. So great job for Yoshimoto. We'll move to the 55-kilo finals, where Hyung Oh from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, beating China's Yuzhong Li 8-1, capping off a truly impressive day. And maybe her most impressive win came in the semifinals, where she took out Japan's 2-time world champion Haruna Okuno 6-5. Before that loss, Okuno was 21-1 in her senior career. So what stuck out to you most about Oh's day?
Yeah, when I watched Oh wrestle throughout the day, she had such great awareness from every single position. She was able to make small technical adjustments in every single one of her matches and come out on top. She went toe-to-toe with some of the best in the world and found a way to win and found a way to score. And that's especially impressive with such little international exposure. So that's again why we see kind of this incredible execution from the People's Republic of Korea, and it'll be really interesting to see how they progress over the next couple years.
Just blows my mind to think, how are they doing this only wrestling domestically, but now they're making a comeback on the international scene, so it's great to see. And in the 68-kilo finals, it was short-lived as Jilu Lee from China pinned Solgon Pak from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the opening 30 seconds. And this reminded me of back to your career, one move in general. And let's see if we're on the same page. If you had to pick one match where you saw this mimic what happened in tonight's finals, where would it be?
Well, it did remind me of the finals of the City of Sassari ranking series way back in the day. I did take down and pin my good friend, incredible person, incredible wrestler, Natalia Vorbaeva, in a very similar move. It's kind of a front headlock, duck under to the back, and it was a beautiful thing to see. And she came off right the hop and put Pak to her back, and it was great.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go with it. When I saw it, I remember back trying to hype up that match, Olympic champion versus Olympic champion. You go out there in same time frame, like a minute where you picked up that fall, but just impressive day all around here in Amman. That does it for the Day 3 Asian Championship highlight show. For Erica Wiebe and the rest of our team here in Amman, I'm Eric Olenowski saying, so long, wrestling fans.